Main disconnects are required to be supplied next to the meters in specific situations. Firstly, when the premises is served by an underground service and the disconnect is located outside the building, a main disconnect near the meter is necessary. This ensures that emergency personnel or electricians have immediate access to energize the electrical system without needing to enter the building. Underground services present unique challenges because the service entrance conductors are not readily visible or accessible. Placing the disconnect outside near the meter provides a clearly defined and easily reachable shut-off point. The National Electrical Code, or NEC, addresses this requirement to enhance safety and facilitate maintenance. The purpose of this requirement is to provide a readily accessible means of disconnecting all conductors in the building from the service conductors. This is particularly important in emergency situations such as a fire or electrical fault, where quickly cutting off power is crucial. Having the disconnect located outside eliminates the need for first responders to search for it inside a potentially hazardous environment. It also allows utility workers to safely isolate the building's electrical system before performing any work on the service conductors. Secondly, a main disconnect is required next to the meters when the disconnect is located in a dedicated meter room or meter closet, and the room or closet is not accessible to the general public. In buildings with centralized metering, such as apartment complexes or commercial buildings, the meters are often grouped together in a dedicated room or closet. If this room or closet is not accessible to the general public, a main disconnect must be located near the meters within that room. This requirement ensures that only authorized personnel, such as electricians or building maintenance staff, can access and operate the disconnect. Restricting access prevents tampering or unauthorized disconnection of power, which could disrupt service to multiple tenants or businesses. The disconnect provides a local means of isolating the electrical system within the meter room, facilitating maintenance, repairs, or upgrades without affecting the entire building's power supply. The NEC mandates this configuration to maintain a secure and controlled electrical environment. Furthermore, it's important to consider the specific requirements outlined in the NEC, such as Article 230.70, which covers the location of service disconnecting means. This section provides detailed guidance on where disconnects must be placed to ensure accessibility and safety. Local amendments to the NEC may also exist, so it's essential to consult with the local authority having jurisdiction, or OJ, to ensure compliance with all applicable codes and regulations. Thirdly, a main disconnect is required next to the meters when the disconnect is located in a dedicated electrical equipment room, and the room is not accessible to the general public. Similar to meter rooms, electrical equipment rooms house essential electrical components such as panel boards, switchboards, and transformers. If access to this room is restricted to authorized personnel only, a main disconnect must be located near the meters within the room. This requirement is in place for the same reasons as with meter rooms, to prevent unauthorized access and ensure that only qualified individuals can operate the disconnect. The disconnect provides a local means of isolating the electrical system within the electrical equipment room, allowing for safe maintenance, repairs, or upgrades. This setup minimizes the risk of accidental disconnection or tampering, which could have serious consequences for the building's electrical system. The NEC emphasizes the importance of controlling access to electrical equipment rooms and providing readily accessible disconnects for safety and operational efficiency. The specific requirements for disconnect placement are further detailed in the NEC, including guidelines on working clearances around electrical equipment, proper labeling, and the type of disconnect required. For example, the NEC specifies minimum working clearances in Article 110.26, ensuring that electricians have enough space to safely work on electrical equipment. Proper labeling of disconnects is crucial to identify which circuits or equipment they control. The type of disconnect required depends on the voltage and current rating of the electrical system, as well as the specific application. It's essential to use a disconnect that is rated for the intended use and is installed in accordance with the manufacturer's instructions. In addition to the NEC, local codes and regulations may impose additional requirements for disconnect placement. These requirements can vary depending on the jurisdiction and the type of building or electrical system. Consulting with the local authority having jurisdiction, or OJ, is essential to ensure compliance with all applicable codes and regulations. The AHJ can provide guidance on specific requirements for disconnect placement in the area and can help to resolve any questions or concerns. In summary, main disconnects are required to be located next to the meters in 3 main scenarios. Firstly, underground service with an exterior disconnect. Secondly, a dedicated meter room or closet not accessible to the general public. Thirdly, a dedicated electrical equipment room not accessible to the general public. Each of these scenarios is governed by specific provisions within the National Electrical Code and potentially local amendments. Always consult with a qualified electrician and the local AHJ to ensure full compliance.